So you asked me to pull a card for you. I just started this. I was going to do a quick reading because I feel like one card, just given the circumstances that you're having and the experiences you're having right now, I feel like one card might not be enough. I started this reading and then my phone crashed and deleted everything. I didn't get very far, but it made me think that you're probably dealing with some frustrating circumstances right now where things aren't really going as planned and you're losing your progress. Symbolic. Yeah. My boyfriend's in the bath right now, Tom. So I'm gonna try and do this in the time that he's in the bath, and hopefully he doesn't come in behind me. And I'll finish it before he's done. But I just pulled a card for you, like you said, pull a card for me, so I did. And I was kind of meditating on the card. The card that you got was the Wise One. Just very much like the Hierophant in the traditional tarot tradition order, looking to established traditions and ways of doing things. And for some reason, the saying it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all came to mind. So I don't know if that's a message for you. Because the Wise One is one who has experienced a lot and from all of their experiences have gained this wisdom from actual firsthand lived experience. And sometimes that means going through some really difficult, extreme circumstances. That's the path that people can follow before becoming enlightened, because the soul seeks to kind of go through these difficult challenges because that's where the wisdom lies. That's how to become a person with great wisdom, have all these varied, sometimes really challenging circumstances. And also speaking about traditions, and it just made me think about in love, like how much to abide by society's norms when it comes to love and dating and monogamy and all of that. And I have my views on that, and I'm very rebellious to the norm, to the tradition, the order, the energy when it comes to love and relationships personally. But this card is really speaking to appreciate the simplicity of like what's been done before, which is like, let's say the traditional kind of man and wife model of monogamy, and really kind of unpack sometimes the toxic traits that can come out of monogamy, that are like love perverting itself into something else. For example, like what you said with the, like, I think something about going through your phone, or like trust issues, and like invading your boundaries and privacy. But I think kind of this card, for me, it's really bringing me to think about, come back to the intentions that people have, which is love. When somebody goes through your messages, or is upset that you are with somebody else, or that you've cheated on them, or you've shown love to somebody else, it's comes from a place of insecurity. And because they love you so much, it comes out in this toxic way where they seek to control you and invade your privacy and feel like they should have ownership over your affection, ownership over your time and your attention and your love. And that's not healthy. But ultimately, it comes from a place of love. It's just been perverted by the ego into something that is not love, because love is not guilt, and love is not obligation. Love is to freely, generously, selflessly express love to as many people as you feel called to show love to. Like, it's funny that in our culture and with tradition and order, and like, it kind of speaks to the way things have always been done. We have all these rules in our society about love specifically, and traditions and culture and norms, and what's acceptable and what's seen as sneaky, or like backhanded behavior. And I think that a lot of it requires a lot more reflection when you really think into these, like where the root of a lot of this stuff comes from. And it's like fear of being rejected for somebody else, fear of being left behind, fear of being alone, of the person that you love going off with somebody else and you're left all alone. So there's this desire to control that person, to stop them from seeing this other person that they might leave you for, because ultimately it's a fear that you're going to be left behind. And that's not love. That's fear, and that's insecurity, and that's projection. You're projecting your own void within yourself of love onto another person, saying you cannot show love in these ways because it makes me feel unloved. But why would showing love to another person make you feel unloved? It doesn't actually make sense when you really think about it. There's so much love to go around. Why can I not appreciate the beauty of a rose and the beauty of the sunset? Why do I have to choose one? Why can't I live my life appreciating the beauty of all these different, completely different experiences in life? And I totally understand that perspective, and I've lived in that perspective for so long. But for some reason, this card today is bringing me to think about the beauty of a partnership. And people want to be the one. They want to be the only one because they want to be special. They want to be the one that you love more than anybody else. And is that an egoic thing to be like, I need to be the best? I don't know. But there is something really, really beautiful about two people saying, this one's my favorite, and I just love them the most. There's something really sweet about that. And there are a lot of animals in nature that do mate for life. They choose a partner, and that's their partner for life. So it's not, that is a natural thing that happens. Also, lots of other things happen in nature where they, fuck and they're gone. Like, that's the thing too. So it's all natural. Like there's all kinds of variations of that. There's no right or wrong way to express love and sexuality. Um, but obviously our culture has a certain way of doing things, and I think that the wise person understands that culture is not always correct. Um, there's a way of doing things, and appreciating the reason why things are the way that they are, because there is a beauty to that experience of having a person that is your partner, that loves you and is there for you, and you know you can count on them, and they just have your back. And um, there's something really beautiful to that kind of partnership that I can appreciate, that comes with the convention of the tried and true, well-worn path, I suppose. Because I'm also very much like a rebel, experimental, like I've never done polyamory, whatever. But I very much, in terms of the way I see the world and I see love, I very much believe that love is free, and we should never feel shame for feeling love for other people. You know, you may have a partner that you love, but you may also have feelings for another person, and that's totally okay. Like, that's okay to feel that way, and you can't control the feelings you have for other people, and um, you can't control love. And I think that wisdom, um, that's wisdom, understanding that you can't control love. Um, Love is not something anyone can control. It's something you can nurture. And anything that does not come from a place of nurturing isn't love. And behavior that isn't love doesn't mean somebody doesn't love you. It means that sometimes it can mean that they love you so much that they're twisting their reality into something much darker than it needs to be, because of their fear of not being loved. And I think a wise one can tell the difference and will seek out love from those who show it in a nurturing way and remove people or experiences where love is shown as control, obligation, aggression, guilt, all of these things. These aren't love, and that's a sign of like an immature lover. And I think that gets swept away in the tradition and the order and the kind of well-established views on love. I think that's kind of something that comes from experiencing all sides of different experiences in love, and that's why you have to experiment, and you have to, you know, be in all these situations where you're the third party, you're, you know, in like someone being cheated on, being the cheater, like all of these experiences really allow you to like touch the develop like a sense of like this shape of what love is. And I think that having all those experiences is what makes you the wise one. Even if it's painful. Yeah. I was gonna pull more cards, but you only asked me for one, and I kind of feel like maybe I only need one. So there you go. The wise one.